DeWitt S. Morgan Hall. Groundbreaking for the new shops building took place in 1957 on the former site of the Electric Building, which was razed to make room for the new building, which was to be named Morgan Hall, after Tech's second principal, DeWitt Schuyler Morgan. Principal Hanson H. Anderson, accompanied by Tech students, various dignitaries, and Dr. Herman Schibler, Indianapolis Superintendent of Schools, officiated at the groundbreaking ceremonies. Pictured here are workmen completing the first floor of Morgan Hall. Here we see the workmen completing the second floor of Morgan Hall. Morgan Hall was constructed at an approximate cost of $832,000. When completed, the new Morgan Hall contained various classes in vocational education. From the 1958 yearbook. As early as 1913, Tech had a vocational department that offered courses in carpentry, printing, and pattern making. At first, there was only one teacher in each of these subjects, some of them having only one and some 2 classes each day. Through the years, however, Tech has added many other phases of vocational work to the curriculum. In fact, this year, 1958, a modernistic, bright, and spacious new building known as Morgan Hall, which was dedicated Supreme Day, May 22nd, was added to our campus for the purpose of housing the ever-expanding enrollment in shop classes. A dream came true for Mr. Anderson when the new shop building, Morgan Hall, named for Tech's second principal, was finished. In 1958, Morgan Hall was home to classes in foundry, sheet metal, cabinet making, airplane mechanics, printing, radio, TV shop, concrete and masonry, electricity, carpentry, and auto mechanics. In the early 1970s, the building trade students built a house at 1405 East Michigan that still stands today. DeWitt S. Morgan was born June 27, 1890, at Middle Point, Ohio, the son of P. Schuyler Morgan and Agnes Foster Morgan. He obtained his early education in the public schools of Scott, Ohio, and in the Canfield, Ohio Preparatory School. He received his Bachelor of Arts degree from Henry Kendall College, now the University of Tulsa, Oklahoma, in 1912, and the Master of Arts degree from the University of Wisconsin in 1916. Later, he studied in the graduate school at Indiana University. The honorary degree of Doctor of Law was awarded him by DePauw University in June 1934, and also by Wabash College in May of 1943. In 1916, Mr. Morgan began his career with the Indianapolis Public Schools as an instructor in history at Arsenal Technical High School. 2 years later, he became head of the history department and in 1921 was made assistant principal. He served in that capacity until 1930, when he succeeded Milo H. Stewart as principal of Arsenal Technical High School. The 1937 Tech Yearbook reported that at the time there were 6,873 students enrolled in approximately 145 subjects. The various classes were taught in about 180 classrooms in 14 buildings on the campus. There were 249 teachers, 17 assistants, and an office staff of 15. In July 1937, Mr. Morgan was elected by the Board of School Commissioners to succeed the late Paul C. Stetson as superintendent of the public schools. He assumed his position as superintendent on September 1, 1937. He served 7 years as superintendent prior to his death from hypertension in City Hospital on February 27, 1944, at the age of only 53. His funeral services were held in Caleb Mills Hall at Shortridge High School. One of his pallbearers was Hanson H. Anderson, who succeeded Mr. Morgan as principal of Arsenal Technical High School. ROTC students from Tech served as ushers, and a special service was held at 11:15 a.m. prior to his funeral, generated from Arsenal Technical High School, and all Indianapolis public schools closed at noon that day. He would have been very proud of his building, which is still in use today and is the vocational center of the campus. Beginning in fall of 2018, Tech will return to its original beginnings as a vocational training school in construction engineering and design, current law and public policy, math science academy, new tech high, and a potential military academy. Tech will be one of only 4 remaining IPS high schools. The others are Shortridge, Washington, and Crispus Attucks. Each high school will be considered career academies and will prepare students for their future.